All right, welcome everyone who decided to come and join us today for Channeling the Gnomes. And we are Channeled Illuminations, and we have a YouTube channel by that same name. So we will post this video of this event following today. So we are going to share some gnome knowledge about the gnomes and some of our experiences with the gnomes. Some gnome light language, some gnome channeling, and then if anyone else here also would like to share their light language connecting to the gnomes or whoever they wish, whatever beings they wish to connect with, other nature beings as well. We're open to that, but the primary focus will be connecting with the gnomes today. So who would like to get us started? Would you? So I'm Susan Mulheran. Wendy Napolitano is here. We're the hosts, and so we will get things started.
Yes, well, welcome indeed. Also, we do have a Facebook page, Channeled Illuminations. So if you have not found us yet, we do encourage you to go and visit our page, where we're sharing not just things about the channeling, but we may find other channelers and invite other channelers to share their information as well. It's very exciting. It's a lot of high energy these days, and the gnomes are here to have fun. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is having a lot of fun. So thank you so much for joining us. They've been buzzing through me. I had light language earlier today, so I'm just going to start with light language, and then after I give a little light language, I usually do an interpretation right afterwards, because the way they give me light language, and I say they, my light team and whoever I'm working with, they usually will bring in the light language and then an interpretation as packets of data. And so it will come in like a zip download, and then it will be unloaded. But even before we start that, I just want to invite everybody to just take a beautiful breath in, and just breathe that in, the beautiful cosmic light of the universe, and then breathe it out. And then go ahead and imagine your roots coming out of your feet, the base of your spine, and wrapping around Mother Gaia's heart, connecting in with the crystalline energy that matches your soul's highest energy. Connecting in with Mother Gaia. Beautiful. And then I'm going to invite beautiful cosmic golden light to come down through our chakras. I'm just going to start with the galactic, starting with our connection to God, coming down through the galactic chakras, the universal chakras, the spirit star, soul star, your crown, your third eye, your throat chakra, high heart, your solar plexus and sacral. It'll get there. The root, thunder chakra, any other chakras we're not familiar with in the body, and then connecting in through our earth star chakra, grounding, bringing in Mother Gaia's beautiful. You're trying to give me light energy. Hey, hang on, light language team. Wait. Just give me a minute. Let me finish this. Bringing in that beautiful energy from Mother Gaia, bringing that up in reverse, up through your feet, going all the way up through your body, your torso, your neck, your head, out into the galactic realms, connecting in with God. We've now created a beautiful triad, Mother, Father, God, Gaia, and ourselves. So just breathe in another deep breath, hold in your heart space for the count of 4, and then release out for 8. Do that now. Ooh, feel that energy. Thank you. And then asking the dragons and the archangels, whoever are protector warriors who want to participate in this fun today, just put their dome of protection around us, bringing down my 2 pillars of white light surrounding us to create sacred space. And then inviting the our friends and family, the gnomes, who want to come and play today, to come join us. And the light language begins. Oh my God, they're so funny. I am Coolie Colin. I am Coolie Colin. I am one of Wendy's family of gnomes. And there are many of us, and there's so many that we're so fast she cannot see us. However, we have been connecting with her energetically. She's been working on connecting in and getting our energy. We've also been giving her little messages here and there on how to connect with us better. She has glimpsed us outside during one of her walks, hopping around on a large, tall evergreen bush. And that was fun for us. It was fun for her. It was kind of that dusky time. So her eyes, it wasn't as easy to adjust and see. And then that made it much more easy to connect. So I recommend to any of you who are trying to see your gnome families, because you all have them, to go ahead and try this at dusk by connecting in. If you can sit outside first and then just gently put your hands together underneath your chin, close your eyes and breathe in. And then when you do open your eyes, don't try to focus, just gently, like you're daydreaming, drift off with your eyes in a blur. And then of course, you're asking to connect with us. And if you can do this in the garden, wonderful. If you want to try this inside your homes, wonderful, wherever you decide. But it's always beautiful to take the earth energy. And now she's gone beyond the original message, but nonetheless, she's channeling me. And so we are still connected, and I'm just going ahead and elaborating. So the message, let me skip back. The message that I brought in was for each of you to be in your joy, find your happiness, find your families. Thank you for joining us. And we are always with you. Simply ask for the magic, and we will begin to bring it. So back to the story of how to connect. As you start to open your eyes, you're going to gently open, do not focus, but just a little tiny peek. See if you see us about 20 feet away from you, 12 to 20 feet, and then look in that area. And then as you look in that area, then you're going to perhaps see our little red pointy hats. And then we try to be very still for you. And then if you see us, you'll say in your mind, did I really see my gnome or one of my gnomes or a garden gnome? And you might try to look. Don't do this. Do not try to look. Be gentle with your sight, and then open your eyes again. Maybe we were in this position before, but now we've moved a little bit. So that way your brain can connect with your heart. And when your brain connects with your heart, then you can say, oh, I did see a gnome. It shifted. The position is different. So we're excited for you to start to awaken your third eyes. Start with the heart and love. Connect in your mind, and then believe. This is all I have for you for now. Many blessings to you. Many blessings indeed. Kuli Kai is my nickname. Oh, that's all I have for that. Next.
Well, I can see if he wants to, he or any of the gnomes want to come through with some of their singing light language that I've experienced with them this morning. That would be fun. So I'll go next. Te sukotia sukoi sikia tokoia sia sukotia I sukotototoia sia ko sikita si tokoi he sikatia sukotoia sia tuto he sukotia si Hosikatia siki, hiesukoto hiesia, hiesatatia siko, hiesatuto kia, hosatia isiki, hosatikia sukotoia iti, hiesikoia isia. I got a visual of like walking amongst the flowers, in the morning sun, the morning dew, and singing to nature, singing to the flowers, singing to the other plant life, and just being, encouraging us to be in our greatest joy and connecting with nature in this way. It was, the general feeling, the general message of that. So to let your heart sing, when you're out in nature.
Beautiful. And I was hearing, this is our morning song. We
Yeah, it was
are
something like
happy
that.
every day. I mean, it was just like cute.
It was kind of like I got a visual of like them kind of skipping along like a little path, you know, like, yeah, singing to everything around them and, you know, yeah, feeling connected to, yeah, the sun and all the plants and, you know, all the animals, all the bugs, whatever, you know, like connected to everything. It was just, yeah, a very joyful from the heart. Yeah. Singing from the heart, singing from the soul. Yeah. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
So would anybody else like to share a little light language, or are they feeling any light language bubbling up? Any connection?
I will.
Okay, go ahead.
To bring Kinjabi through, the blue avian. Yahoo! Kia tara to 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 kia tara 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 to yonyo kotara tia kata tara honya kotoro ia korotore titi arkatara tonya tia hoa kia tara hi hoa gara ta 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 Yahoo, kia tarataya konya. Konya nya kia taratoya kara. Ia koren kotoro. Hoa taratia kia toronyo. Ia korotoro kia karandara. Ia karato kia toro. Ia karatara karatata tarakato doro do. Namaste.
Namaste.
Is she translating for you, Michelle?
It was something about the love in the universe, like God's love in the universe. But what did you get anything, Wendy?
One moment. Oh, wow. You beautiful streams of light energy. You are like the pouring out of water from the dam. Your light expansion is far and wide, and the universe supports you in this and all endeavors that you choose. That's all she's giving me. He.
She.
Okay. All right. I got she, but I was like, am I wrong? Because I didn't know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, David, if you want to do some light language, go ahead.
Ruma Akiashan. Ela o uru aki, let the light surround you. Kura atiaro oku uruhanja areati akikia. Turema aniachoro unga anjiati. Huma smbark chichiara no otoro okikia na niati ewe chikikiasur. Something about reflection of the heart. Let that be true. Miatanjiraktia tur mahashana. Ikiara aniatura ma akikia tara ma achuchura akikiasha. Peace, love, blessings.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Blessings.
Would anyone else like to share? Or Barbara, or?
You're on mute.
I'll do one.
Thank you.
Satiyata tatiyata konoto koshishiyata kipipikiyata to kikikiyata tatakatitiki pikititi katakata kashkitiku kikikiyata kananata katiyata kotoko shoaka kakiki papapakaniyata takoro toketipikia katokochko tikiyata kipiyata hiyata kaniyata kanota kipitiyata kiyata katotukura patikitiyata koshitiyata kipiyata kanoko tatiyata. Namaste.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Namaste. So it's interesting because as we're doing this elemental series, Susan and I have been collaborating on, okay, who's next? And then they pretty much come and tell us who's next. So after we did the unicorn event, the gnomes were like, okay, it's us, it's our turn, it's our turn. And so we started working with them. And then they brought, different pieces of information to us. And so we ended up, purchasing books to read and, and expand our knowledge on, those who have already connected prior to us. And so, Susan, I know you've got a lot of great information that you picked up and you've been sharing with me and our group. So appreciate if you would go ahead and share some of that information now.
Sure. So, prior to us, starting to connect with our personal gnome clans, we were doing some research, reading some books of, from other individuals that have, like you said, connected with the gnomes through channeling, through psychic mediumship type work. And then we inquired more from our own connections through our own gnome clan. So the gnomes, can exist for thousands of years. They can follow you from lifetime to lifetime. They can even work, like even when you're in the womb prior to being born, they can help with like the balance of like vitamins and minerals and making sure that your body is balanced prior to coming into the world. And you can also ask them for assistance, for your general health. And so they're known with working a lot with, with the crystals, with the mineral kingdoms. They also are involved in the creation of crystals, especially, and with plant life as well, mainly with like the color, like color and vibrational energy. Of those different kingdoms of different plant life, and they can work with you in your gardens and help with your plant growth. And but they do appreciate that you do organic gardening, that you water your plants, that you pull the weeds, or that's okay, and kind of clear the area, give it good soil, because they do their own farming for food. And so you can gift them seeds for flowers or herbs or vegetables, because they do grow. But they also appreciate, I know, certain types of plants. They create like healthy elixirs from dandelions. They use like essential oils from roses and use it for scent for in their homes and also in foods. They marigolds in particular are very magical. They give off a very high vibrational energy similar to a crystal. And they bring about good luck. They bring about protection for their gnome villages, things like that. They're very industrious people, nature people. They like to be called nature people rather than elementals. Found that out. So they're very handy as far as fixing like building, their homes, their communities, if anything needs to be fixed. They spend a lot of their day doing that as well. And they can help us if we have any mechanical issues or anything like that, like in our homes. You can call on them to help fix any problems like that, anything that needs to be repaired. But they also travel from like one clan to another, or even interacting with other nature people. And so one thing that we can do is provide them with gifts, and you can do it as a trade for asking for their assistance. You can give them, like pennies, dimes, nickels, is one example. They use that for trade on their travels, like when they go into another nature people's area. Sometimes they use that for passage, but they don't use money in the way we use money. They value the metal content in the coins that we have, as like a something to trade. But they so they have festivals. They love games. I love to play, of course. And so they'll have visitors, from other clans come for different festivals that they have, or meetings where they need to discuss what's going on in the nature world. And so that's just a little bit. But so the gnome clan or gnome family that you yourself have, they exist in your home. They exist outside in your garden. You can connect with them there. And so they want to be acknowledged. They want, even if you may not see them yet, they would like you to connect with them. And they very much are focused in helping humanity be in joy, be in peace and harmony, be in gratitude, like they are, with Gaia, for all that they have. And so if they see it, if we're worried or stressed out with our day-to-day life, they try to do things or put things in our path to make us laugh, bring us back into joy, to let go of that we create, that brings us down or brings our mood down. So they try to lift up our mood. So that's just a little bit of what we've been learning. And I just recently connected with a couple gnomes. I have 17 gnomes in my personal clan. And I connected with Jose and his wife Ingrid, and they have like 5 children, which I wrote down their names. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but and he's somewhat of a wizard of sorts, working in the natural realm with the natural elements too, and helping. They can help us manifest. So they're kind of experts with manifestation and helping us make our dreams come true. And so you can connect with them to get that assistance as well. So
yeah, that's really incredible. And actually, on the other end of that, gnomes will sometimes, not just having you say give us gifts, but sometimes they will give you gifts as well. So that time when you're walking along and you see a shiny penny or a little sparkling, like a little crystal that's on the ground, and you're like, oh, where did that come from? They are purposefully putting it in your path so that you can see it. And they want you to pick it up, because that's an energy exchange that they're giving to you, because they might be thankful for, maybe the prayers that you've been having for Mother Gaia, or maybe you've been doing energy work, or maybe you have been tending your garden. And so it's their opportunity to give you a way of saying thank you. And so, and I know that, in our society, we don't put a value on pennies really so much. And so when we see a penny, we're like, oh yeah, there's a penny, and you just kind of skirt right past it. I have a different attitude about that now, as far as, seeing a penny on the ground. I'm like, oh, thank you for putting it, thank you for giving it. And so now I have like a little box where pennies have been showing up in my house in odd places. I found one in my entryway on the carpet. I found one walking up the stairs into my, up into my upstairs of my house. I found one next to my laundry basket, where, I don't keep change. I do pretty much everything by a credit card these days. But at the same time, my husband does have change in the house, but usually like where he's at with his change in his pockets is the other side of the room. So for coins to be over by where I keep my laundry, that would be like something unusual, right? So I have to suspect, like, where did this come from? And then I'm like, okay, these are my gnomes, and they're, they're playing with me, and it's fun. And so it's fun to kind of play games. Another wonderful thing is to Another fun thing to do is they like to have gifts of energy or fruit. So if you can go and like get an apple or an orange and, something like that you can donate to them, and then, put your intent for the gnomes or the fairies or the elemental realm. And then they like to take that energy and then they'll use that energy. So it's kind of the energy of whatever fruit that you're leaving. Fruits, nuts, they can travel with that. And so, just think of them as, little people, because, they like the same things that you like. They like to wear clothes like you like. And so if you've got a little piece of fabric, put that in your little gnome box or in your fairy box. If you've got some yarn or some thread and a needle, put that in your gnome box. Or if you've also got a fairy box, that's always, they like that as well. So in my house, because they're so close and working together with me all the time, I have like a combined, like I've got two little boxes. I'm like, oh, the new box and the fairy box, but you guys make sure you share. So yeah. Does anybody else have a story that they'd like to share before I go ahead and ask Susan to get into her channeling modality? And then also, I think for a matter of just housekeeping, if you have questions, go ahead and add them to the chat. And then as I'll go back to the chat once she's, in that modality, and then I will, just go like in order, like whoever said, I want to have a question. So even if you don't know what you want to ask, just say, I have a question, and then I'll just start with you, and then we'll see where that goes. And if you're like, okay, pass, that's all fun too. So does anybody else have a story they want to share? And if not, we will get going, and let's see. Yeah, Kat's saying, I need to go to the bank and get some change. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. But yeah, so I will share one more gnome story about this magical, because they are full of magic and they offer their magic. And then Susan, if you want to go ahead and connect in with your team, whoever's going to come through to channel today. And then, I don't know why they're having me pause. Okay, so the story that I was getting ready to tell. So I was working late, and it was about 9 o'clock at night, and I needed to go pick up my mom, and she needed to be picked up at 9. And it was about 1:45, something like that. And I thought, oh, let me just finish this one last email. Type. I was like working on the computer and getting done what I needed to do. And then next thing I know, it was like 5 to 9. And I was like, oh crap, like they're gonna lock her out of the building. This is like, it's 20 degrees out. She's gonna be standing outside in a little coat, and it's about 20 minutes away. So I thought, oh, how am I going to get to the other side of town, so as quick as I need to. So I was like, all right, I finished up my email and I logged off. And then I was like, all right, we're done with that. I need to go get my mom. So I go and I hop in the car. And as I hop in the car, I'm reminded to ask the gnomes to help. And so I'm starting to back out of the driveway. And I said, all right, gnome team, this is a call to action. I said, I need your help. I said, I need to hit all the green lights so that I can get to the other side of town quickly without having to sit and stop at traffic lights, because there's, multiple, en route. And so I said, I need to hit every green light, so that way she's not, sitting out in the cold. So I come out and I get to, the main street, and that's where my first traffic light is. I make a right turn, and then there's the first traffic light. It's green. And so that's on 59th Street. And then I head up further up the road, and then there's Maple Avenue, and then that light is also green. And then I get up further, and then there's Curtis Street, and then that light is also green. And then I get up further, and I'm not sure of the next street name. It might be Burlington, but whatever. It's before the train track, and that light is green. Now, on the other side of the train track, there's a church, and near the church, there's another traffic light on, I think it's Prairie Avenue, and that light is green. And then I keep going north, and then there's the high school. North High School is right there. There's another traffic light for the students, and that light is green. And then I continue going north, and as I'm going north, I hit Ogden Avenue. And then when I hit Ogden Avenue, it's a turn light. That light is green. I get up to, I have a turn signal green. I'm not into the turn lane yet. And so I'm pulling into the turn lane. It changes from green, and now the whole light is like the whole street light is green. There are cars on the other side of me, but as I'm pulling up to make my turn, the car on the other side of the street has already come past me, so I don't have to slow down or stop. I just make my left turn. And then as I'm getting over to my next turn, I have to make a right turn on Saratoga, and on Saratoga, that traffic light is green. I hit every single I've never done that. That was the first and only time. And I was like, thank you, Gnomes. This was a magical moment. I'm super excited about that. So I know also that Joan has some stories to tell, but I know Susan's going to be shortly in her connection, because I was already starting to feel the energy start to move. And so we'll save the rest of the gnome stories for afterwards, because Joan has a lot of wonderful stories. And I've worked a little bit with her main 3 gnomes as well. So yes, we'll do it later, Joan. Thank you so much. But I thought that was a lot of fun as far as like stories went. So I am going to ask Susan that when she hits her ready and she feels connected, to just go ahead and announce herself. And we can ask them about what dimension they're in as well, once we're connected. So I'm hearing do just a little bit of light language, so I just going to connect in. Atuira tahiana nairi tikawianara pahuire akahianara kuire tira pahuire te akayana uyana naiti kaitu apahiti ai akakuyana apatuyanara akaine atuirara akuine akaya. That message was filled with love and joy and beauty of the earth, and love for connecting with our families and brothers and sisters. So it's happy and joyful to be in the day. Something like that.
Yes, thank you. This is Toberson.
Toberson!
I enjoyed your singing very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And so Toberson is an elder in my family, and he is a speaker elf. So what he does, and I'll let him tell you more as you're getting ready to connect, but what he does is he...
Speaker gnome. Not
Speaker
elf.
gnome, exactly, speaker gnome. And so he goes and meets with other gnome families across the world, and they get together and have meetings about how they assist humanity. And then they also, to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, work with the younger gnomes for university, because they want to go and learn how to, like speaker gnome Toberson will do, is to communicate with us, like in these channeling events. And so it's very exciting to have him here. You may experience yawning. Susan and I went through, when we first worked with him, a lot of yawning to bring our energy level up to that frequency. So it's a very high frequency. And actually, Toberson speaker, if you can go ahead and tell us, what dimension are you communicating to us from?
Due to the ascension of Gaia, we're more in the 4th dimension. Originally, we were more in between the 2nd and the 3rd. But we are also evolving as humanity is evolving with Gaia. So we have risen our vibration more up into the 4th at this time to match Gaia's energy vibration.
Beautiful. Thank you. Do I have anybody who would like to ask questions at this time? Maybe find out about their gnome family. And actually, before I even have that, I'll wait for somebody to type something in chat. But before I do that, first, I'd like to say thank you for joining us. I know your travels are multifarious, and that we appreciate the joy and the work that you're doing, and for coming and joining us in the celebration of the gnomes.
Yes, we are honored to be here. I have others with me as well. Cooley Cullen, who came in earlier, is with me, as well as other members of both of your gnome families and other gnome families connected to this group.
Wonderful, thank you. I do have a question from Tatiana. Tatiana, go ahead and come off mute and ask your question, please.
Do I have any gnomes in my divine team? Because I know I have a lot of fairies. I have 3 spirits from Venus and lots of other beings, but I don't never really connected to gnomes.
You have gnomes within your divine family, but they aren't so much guides as nature beings you can connect with as part of, they're around you in your environment, and you can call on them to assist you with your healing work, with your channeling work, whichever things you would like to ask them for. They are more than willing to assist you. You just need to acknowledge that they are around you and connect with them more and build a more conscious relationship with them. You can sit down and meditate and call them in to connect through the heart with them, to request any messages from them, that they are always willing to help their human families. That, let me see if there is a speaker amongst them that you can connect with, or a leader. I'm getting the name Samson, but you can call him Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say he's requesting that you connect with him first, and then he can help you also connect with other members of your clan. But he will be kind of your primary contact, if you will.
Can he tell me how many gnomes I have in my team at the moment?
I'm getting 9 within your gnome clan, gnome family that lives with you.
Oh wow! So
in and around you.
So where do they live? Do they live in my garden, or?
Well, they can live within your homes. You can invite them within your homes and ask them what they would need from you, for comfort. Like Wendy has stated, they do like to mimic humans or human behaviors. They sometimes have favorite TV shows. If you watch TV, they sometimes appreciate you sharing, fabric, thread, ribbon for the women folk, for clothes. They also like child toys of your children. If there's toys around, they usually like to play with them when your children aren't playing with them. They also, if you were to buy them like doll clothes, children's toys and things, even doll houses, things like that, even though they experience gifts that you give them etherically, not in 3D. So even though you may leave out gifts for them, whether it be food or coins, they won't disappear, but they will consume them etherically in their dimension. And they do appreciate, and you might receive certain intuitive nudges when you're out shopping to buy certain items that you wouldn't normally buy, and that may be coming from them, because they go places with you. If you move from one location to another, they will follow you. They follow you from lifetime to lifetime. So they're always with you, even though you may not physically see them, or you might see them similar to how you would see someone's auric field or aura, that you might see the vibration of them. It may not be in color, but you might see like an outline or like a shadow in the trees, like Wendy mentioned, out walking, or within your homes. Or if there's certain games that we like to play, such as tossing rocks or things like that. So if like a rolling rock, a pebble crosses your path when you're out in the garden, or something unusual happens, or you hear a noise or things like that. I mean, there are certain ways that they can cross that dimensional threshold to get your attention.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tatiana. I appreciate those
Yeah.
questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are welcome.
If you do have more questions, go ahead and just add them to the end of the chat, and then we'll go ahead and bring those up. I do have a question from Barbara. Barbara, go ahead and unmute yourself and come online, please.
Thank you. Hello. I have a question about my gnome family, and is there a speaker that I can connect with to channel with?
Yes, I will tune in. One moment. I'm getting the name Trevor.
Trevor?
Yes, he is saying he would love to channel through you whenever
I would
you
love that.
wish.
Yes.
And he can help connect you with other gnomes within your family. But I'm seeing that you have around 14
Oh, cool.
gnomes, and your gnome clans can grow over time, over lifetimes, as they have children as well, just like humans do. And so you can grow they grow their families that way, just similar to humans. They do, yes, they do like to follow along and do the similar activities that you do. They like to be considered part of your family. They like to feel welcome. They like to feel like they are part of any activities that you enjoy doing, or any gatherings with friends or family or things like that. They like to feel like they are part of, they enjoy their own festivities, but they also enjoy your festivities, or any fun things that bring you joy, that make you happy. They like to join in and feel like they are a part of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So you can, you can talk out loud to them. You can communicate telepathically as well, that we can connect in with you that way. But you can also speak out loud if you wish, or sing songs with us. And like Cooley Cullen demonstrated, we enjoy making you happy. We enjoy being happy together. We enjoy lifting your spirits and connecting you to the heart and raising up your vibration and manifesting whatever will bring you the greatest blessings. So anything that you want to connect with us on, that we are more than happy and willing to have a purpose in helping humanity in this way, especially our individual human families. We want you to connect heart to heart with us.
I'd love that, and welcome my family.
Yes.
And I have another question. In 2016, I was resting on the couch. I had surgery, and I got up to walk in the kitchen, and I looked down, and there's this little guy in front of me looking up at me. Now, was that a gnome, or was that a they call those little Irish guys?
Leprechaun?
Yeah, leprechaun. He was looking up at me, and I was just looking at him, and he was smiling. But do you know anything about that?
Yes. About how tall?
He's probably about 2 feet, 3 feet, maybe less.
Yeah, the gnomes are on average about 18 inches or a foot and a half, but we can be up to about 2.5 feet or closer to 1 foot, the younger ones. So, one moment. Did he have a certain type of dress? I'm getting brownie.
Well, he looked like a leprechaun, but I thought maybe he might have been a gnome.
Like a leprechaun. I'm getting a visual that looks like a leprechaun. Just asking why I'm getting brownie.
A brownie dressed like a leprechaun. Doing spring cleaning.
Yeah. All right.
Here.
I'm getting that there was a brownie with him, but that you did not see the brownie. But the brownie wanted to be known, I guess. But yeah, I am seeing a leprechaun. Like I'm seeing the reddish hair, reddish beard. I'm just asking what his name is.
O'Malley. No, I'm just kidding.
Getting Mason.
Mason.
But like Maeson.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you. And then
Thank
we'll
you.
come back. We'll come back if we've got additional time, of course, for questions. And so, Michelle, I know that you have some questions if you'd like to come online or off mute.
Hi, guys. Thank you for being here. I was just wondering if you could tell me something about my gnome family, and do they interact with the animals that live with us, because sometimes I'll see our dog just looking off into space, and it looks like they can see something, you know, in the different light spectrum than what I can see. So I was just curious.
Yes, I'm seeing they do like to play with your animals. They like to play games with them, to tug on their tails, or to slide down their backs, or to leap over their shoulders, sometimes ride on their backs. But they like to play friendly tricks, not anything malicious, of course, but they do like to play with different animals. They do ride on some animals' backs, and I know I'm getting a visual of your dog and and with the gnome riding on his back. Yeah, so they do like to interact with animals. They do have friendly friendships with the animals, and so it's never anything that would be harmful, of course. It's just good-natured play, and they do sometimes use the animals for transportation. So if they want to get from one part of your home to another, or outside, sometimes they do sometimes a trade, or they'll give treats to animals, like etheric treats, or like energy exchange, to help, you know, as a trade for their ability to help take them from one place to another more easily, if they need to travel greater distances. They do that as well. So but I see mainly with your animals, they do communicate with them. They do like to play with them, or just, you know, be part of the family with them. And sometimes if your pet's beds are not occupied, they sometimes like to sleep in like dog beds or things like that, and curl up there. Sometimes with the animals, sometimes just, you know, they're respectful that is the animal's bed. But yeah, so they'll sometimes use, like, sit on a couch. You know, the gnomes can be like on your couch, or you know, in your pet beds or things like that, where your animals might be. So they might, you know, your dog might see the gnome in an area where normally your dog likes to sit, and some of that may be like when they're looking off into a certain area, they might see it, see the gnome moving in areas where they usually like to lay on the floor, or in a bed, or on a couch, or whatever. They might be observing, but also you might see them if they're running around. That could be the gnomes are playing with them in different ways. So
Is there like a head gnome that I can connect with?
let's see. I'm getting the name Isaac right away.
Okay.
Isaac.
Is there just the one, or do I have a bunch of them?
I'm getting for you, you have 18.
Okay.
But he is, Isaac, he is an elder gnome. I'm seeing like the white beard. Because usually the younger gnomes, even ones that are like 1,000 years or less, you know, old, they usually have more of the brown colored beards and things like that. You have to be of a certain age to to grow that white beard that we are often depicted with. So, and he definitely is of that age. He is a wise elder and a statesman of sorts, and he does often travel to some of the same types of meetings that I travel to, depending on his area of the world that has a similar job to me, is what I'm sensing. And but he can, yeah, so he is kind of an introductory speaker for you to connect with other members of your clan. Usually when we are doing human interactions, we often do things this way because some are better speakers than others or have that talent. And so normally, yeah, as a first contact with our human families or with other humans that we encounter, that usually we try to have an initial spokesperson to do the introductions, if you will, and to then expand upon that initial connection to build your conscious knowledge in relationship with the rest of the clan through that initial contact.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. I know that Kat also is asking to have a quick conversation with you as well. And I thank you so much, Michelle, for your beautiful questions. I know you're going to look forward to working with Isaac. And then Kat, go ahead.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to know if I have some connection with gnomes here in my area.
Yes, I feel that they are with you, that they enjoy traveling with you, being by your side in your travels. And let's see. I'm getting the name Edward and Sarah are the ones that are most around you at this time for you to connect with. And did you say you are in Miami?
Vancouver.
Oh, Vancouver. I misheard that.
Oh yeah, I think you said where I am at. Maybe that's where the
Yes.
confusion came. Yes.
So I'm getting that, yeah, Edward and Sarah. I'm feeling like they have a special family connection with you, that they are close, a little bit closer with you as far as relationship in previous lifetimes, that they wanted to step forward. Just seeing if I'm receiving any other messages from them. They're saying that if you go out into nature more, they can have a clearer connection with you. They said that it's still cold where you are, Though they can connect with you inside, of course, but they enjoy when you go out for walks in nature. If you call upon them or ask for them to connect with you, or to be with you, I should say, when you are taking your walks in nature, they can help to lift your spirits, to bring joy and love to your heart, to connect you more with Gaia and all of the nature beings. That I feel like they're more like spirit guides for you in a way, to help you build that relationship with Gaia, to help connect others to Gaia through your connection with them and through your connection with other nature beings, that will continue to grow as time goes on. That is part of your purpose, if you will, is to be an intermediary of sorts between Gaia and humanity through your connection with the nature people. So they wanted you to be aware of this, so that when you are out in nature, that you have a more intentional mindset to connect with them, as well as having them help you connect with other nature beings as you expand your relationship with them, that they can connect you with the elves, the fairies, and the leprechauns, the brownies. But that is part of your life's purpose, if you will, is to bridge that gap in humanity's consciousness, or to bring back, I shouldn't say bring back into humanity's consciousness their relationship with Gaia, to bring back that harmony, that peace, that unity that once existed on this planet between both of our species. That is all I have for now.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very beautiful message. I appreciate it very much.
Yes,
beautiful.
Much love.
And I have Wilma posted something. Wilma, did you have a question?
I didn't actually have a question. Well, I didn't think I had a question to ask, but I actually do. Something I've been pondering on. I wondered what, if any, is the relationship between gnomes and pixies, please?
We both work with plant life. I mean, we have harmonious relationships with other nature people, the pixies, the fairies, because we all work at different levels in the natural world. We are more at the closer to the earth realm, closer to the minerals, closer to the soil, working at bringing health and vitality to plant life, bringing forth the colors, the universal energy, the vibrational energy into the plants. And the pixies, the fairies, work at a higher level to us, working to bring their energies. We all have a unique energy that we bring to the growth of life on Gaia, to the growth of the plants. So we all interact very harmoniously with one another because we all support each other's work for Gaia. We all have our own purpose, and we are very dedicated to our individual purposes, and it is to the benefit of all, that we work in harmony with one another, that we connect at a peaceful level. And this is something that we wish for humanity to do more, for them to work in harmony with us, for we are all connected to Gaia. We are not separate. We all bring something to life on this planet. And it would make our work easier if the humans would recognize this and not pollute this beautiful world that we share, and pick up their trash, their garbage that they toss along roadsides, that they toss in fields, that make our lives more difficult, since we try to make humans aware not to do this. But we could also use your voice and others of our human families to speak out against this, to share your knowledge as you get to know us with others. That is why we are here to speak today, but to support all of the nature people, not just ourselves. But the pixies are of, yes, a higher vibration than us, more close to the fairy realm, the fae, that we are more at a denser, closer to earth level, working with crystals, minerals, vitamins, nutrients for the plant life that are in the soil, that we enjoy farming and supporting your gardens, doing our own farming, supporting your gardens, supporting creating food for not only ourselves, but you can assist in keeping the soil healthy, keeping it watered, not only in your own gardens, but it also supports our general environment and provides us the resources for us to do our jobs in growing healthy plants and herbs and flowers that we also use for trading for our own nourishment.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. That was incredible. Wilma, do you have anything else? Otherwise, I'll move on to Joan.
Actually, I did. I just didn't want to be out there and asking more questions. I do believe I have a gnome family, so can you give me some information about them, please?
I'm receiving the message that they enjoy when you go to the ocean, when you go to the beach, that water is very important to gnomes at this time, that in their evolution, they have connected with different elements. So in the past, that they were connected more with the earth, the air, but now at this time, they are more connected to water, or they need water in general to be healthy, but they also connect with the energy of water, the water, the nature beings associated with water. So they enjoy traveling with you, connecting with you when you are walking on the beach, when you are connecting with the ocean, when you're connecting with the nature beings there, that they very much enjoy that vibration, that energy, that connection. And And in some ways they help inspire you to go and connect near the ocean or near lakes or rivers or different bodies of water, that they may inspire you to go to these places since they enjoy these travels as well. So, and then let's see. I'm getting the name Ethan. As one of the gnomes that you're closely connected with.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That's such a beautiful message.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can start by communicating with Ethan that he's the one that came through with this message.
Okay.
Wonderful.
May I ask one last question, please? I frequently find 5-cent coins when I'm out and about in my daily journeys. And I've always thought they were left by angels. So now I'm wondering, are they left by the gnomes instead? I don't know.
I'm getting a yes that the gnomes are behind. I mean, some could be left by angels, but I'm getting that the gnomes often put these in your path as a way of communication with you, as a way of getting your attention. And that's, if you communicate with the gnomes already and ask them for their assistance, it may just be a way of them sharing back with you as well. But when they trade or do gifting, that it's more of a sharing. It's not so much that you owe them something or they owe you something. It's meant to be just a joyful sharing of family members with one another. And, you know, sharing their love, sharing their gratitude, sharing their connection with you. And so, yes, I'm getting a yes that some of these coins that you find along your pathway as you're out and about, that is from them as a way to get your attention, to connect with you, to say hi, to share with you in exchange for your love and care for them, for your gnome family.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then if I can go ahead and have, by the way, great questions, Wilma. If I can have Joan go ahead and come on, unless she wants me to ask her questions for her, which I'm happy to do. Okay, I will ask on her behalf. Oh, wait, here she comes, Joan.
Sorry, don't worry. Hi, Toberson. Is there any message for me from my gnome Charina or
Serena?
Yes.
Sharina. One moment.
She has 3 gnomes she's working with.
Sharina is telling me to tell you that you are making great progress in expanding your heart energy and sharing it with the world and opening up and expanding this energy, and that that Sharina, you can call on her to help assist with removing any blockages you may feel in any of your chakras, but especially in your heart or your higher heart chakras, that if you ever feel any blockages or anything that you're holding back emotionally in your feeling center, that this, you can call on her to help you with this, to help you release anything that you are purging that's coming through, that's rising up from your subconscious or old belief systems, that is coming up for you to release from your heart, any past hurts, any old emotions, old storylines that you used to tell yourself. It is time to release and let those go, and to trust and belief on your, put trust and belief in where you are headed, where you are going with expanding and sharing your gifts with those that are just awakening to who they truly are, that you are going to be a crucial part of this endeavor in assisting those that are just beginning on their spiritual journeys of knowing themselves, that the work that you are doing now will expand tenfold in the coming years as more and more come to you, for you to share your love, to share your heart energy, to share your knowledge about your knowledge and wisdom about who you are spiritually, who Creator is, to connect others with their soul families, to connect them with their hearts, to connect, which will connect them with Source. So continue working with her, calling upon her, and she will help you continue to grow your heart energy and expand it to touch others, to touch those around the world as you expand it outwards from your heart center. And you can visualize this to encompass Gaia with your heart energy. For this is a great strength that you have, is your heart energy, your love. So continue on this journey in expanding your heart with all, to share with all.
Oh, beautiful. I just felt my heart so excited. It's so tingling.
She has
Thank you.
beautiful energy, she does.
Thank you. Beautiful. So, so I will go ahead and ask a generic question, and then I'm going to swing back to Tatiana. So while you were talking, you had mentioned something about going to festivals and parties. And so I wondered, because I always have a good time at a party. So when we're going to these parties, do we invite you to come, or is just like, hey, you're family and we're going? So,
well, if you are having a party at your home and inviting other people within the home, then you can let them know that this party is going on, like a birthday party, for example, that you can invite us to come and to be part of the festivities, and let us know when it's going to happen. And if you are giving like party prizes or giving gifts, sharing gifts, or for example, sometimes you do a gift exchange at Christmas time. I'm getting these different types of parties that, yes, you can invite or just let us know when it's happening, when it's going to occur, if there's certain special outfits that you wear certain colors for certain events or certain types of clothing. You can help provide them perhaps some attire that corresponds with what you will be wearing, or as you know, such as like the doll clothes that we mentioned, or actually more like it'd be more like a baby or young child's clothes probably would be the better size to purchase. But you can tune into your gnomes, ask them what they would like from you to help prepare for the events, and then follow your intuitive guidance from them. If you feel called to, purchase certain things, purchase certain types of food or things that they would enjoy, ask them what they would enjoy to make them feel a part of the festivities, and then follow that guidance. And then, or you can, if you're going to a party that's not at your home, you can let them know that as well and ask if they would like to come with you, which most times they would, to attend parties at other people's homes. That's, it's good to let them know a little bit in advance so that they can prepare.
Beautiful. And so they don't get, how many gnomes can you bring with you at one time to a party?
Well, because they're etheric and they are very, very nimble travelers, that they can travel in your cars with you. They can go to where you want. So you can invite them all. You can tune into who, you can ask if the entire clan would wish to come, or if there's certain ones that you connect more closely with that would like to attend. So it's all about, just like any other relationship, it's all about communication. But you could bring the whole clan with you, because because etherically in their realm, in our realm, I should say, that we can, all fit in your cars. We can all travel with you, go with you wherever you go. That we have more, I guess, magical ways of travel to get from point A to point B, that we can make it happen.
And now I'm wondering if we're not necessarily inviting the people of our own home. Are we just kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to use the word hooking up, but maybe we're feeling the energy of gnomes and fairies that are in the land where we arrive? Because I know that there's many times going outside into a new location or a place that we go to frequently that, I feel like that energy is already there. And so I didn't know if I'm bringing my team with me or if others, same question for other people, of course. Or if we're just like meeting whoever's there.
Well, it can be both. Yes, of course, there are gnomes in different areas that you travel to, but your gnomes could travel with you to connect with the gnomes in whatever place you are traveling to as well, that they can also connect with them, and you can provide them some of these gifts. They enjoy nuts, fruits, dried fruits, fresh fruits, nuts like almonds, different coins. They use these different gifts that you give them. They also use those in their travels to bring as gifts to other clans of where they travel to, as honoring that connection, as honoring, or just when you go into a new village, a new community, it is expected in our culture to bring a gift. And so that's one way you can provide your gnomes with gifts that will help when you travel with your gnomes that they will have something to gift to other clans of where you go to. So, but yes, you may connect with the energy of the various nature people in the different places that you travel to, and you yourself can bring your own gift for those other clans as well, or the fairies or the elves, tree elves, gnomes. You can like bring a piece of fruit, like you said, and gift it to the land that could be shared amongst all of the nature people in that area. Would be one way that you could approach it.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then I was thinking, so I can't give you guys, my gnome family, in a Tupperware container, nuts and raisins, and say, okay, here, this is your gift, we're traveling, and then turn around and eat those nuts and we're out.
Well, you can just set aside a small portion for us, maybe in a smaller container, or a little
I was being
a little baggie or something that we can consume etherically on the trip as a snack, just like you enjoy your snacks while you are in your vehicles going from one place to another. You can just give us a small portion. We don't need as much as you humans do, but it's always appreciated that if you're packing a snack for yourself, that you provide one for us as well.
Sounds good. Perfect. Okay, so Tatiana has another question. Go ahead, Tatiana, please.
Thank you. Just want to ask my gnomes, can they have any message for me about my spiritual path? Because it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of for me going on now because of Ukraine. So with all my family there.
Yes.
So for me, it's very, very confusing times now.
Yes. So the message I'm getting is for you to try to stay out of the outer, or of the turmoil that you are seeing in the Ukraine, in your homeland. Try to instead stay within the love within your heart. Send your love vibrations to your friends and family there. Try not to let anything lower your vibration or bring you into fear about what is happening. Try to visualize a peaceful outcome, a peaceful resolution as quickly as possible. The more you can envision or imagine this within your mind of a positive outcome, of a peaceful outcome, of safety and protection for your loved ones, and you can send through intention that love and protection, calling upon your dragons, calling upon your guides and angels to surround them with their love and protection as well, and to keep them safe. And then trust that it is done, that Mother, Father, God will assist you in this. Your angels will assist you in this. But the more that you can hold that higher vibration of love and not fear, the more that you can envision a positive outcome of this, where all of your family and friends are safe and protected and will come out of this okay. That the more that you will help bring this about, that you will help change the collective consciousness, that you will help surround them with this love energy, this protective energy, without letting it bring bring you down, bring your vibration down. Know that you have the ability to visualize the best possible outcome for this situation. And the less that you are in fear, or because whatever energy you put towards it is what will grow and expand. So we know that you have this self-awareness to be able to bring up your vibration, to be able to be the powerful creator you are, and to expand that energy. You can call in your pillar of light to surround them, to protect them, to bring a loving outcome for all that are involved.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that message.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
much love to you.
Thank you. Lots of love to you. Thank you.
And then I have a question from David. David, do you want to come off mute and go ahead and ask your question?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hello, David.
So if we're going to a party, or we're having a party, bring your homies and your gnomies, right? That's
Yes, we know that's an often used phrase or name for us. It makes us
so
us chuckle.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was anything that you wanted to share with me, just anything. If there was anything that I needed to hear.
From your gnome family or from myself?
From the gnomes or the elementals, fairies, whoever's around, whoever has a message or anything that would be directed.
I'm getting that as springtime arrives in your area in the next couple months, that you will want to go back to the park or parks that you frequently visit when the weather is warmer, and connect with the nature beings there, connect with the tree beings, but also the tree elves, the gnomes, the fairies, all the beings that are there, that I feel like they need your healing energies, your support. If you find any...
Yeah, I send healing when I'm walking through the forest.
But if they would also appreciate if you find any trash along the pathway, if you could throw it away for them. If you see anything that needs to be cleared from the land that is polluting it, that would be a great help. If you brought a bag along with you to put these items in it and then throw them away, that they would greatly appreciate that, and they would be willing to share their energy with you if you either sit by a tree and meditate with your back up against the tree and ask to connect with the tree being as well as all the nature people surrounding you, and then just in the silence of your mind, see what messages come to you, see what feeling you receive within your heart space or within your body, if you receive any vibration or tingling in your arms or legs or within your crown, the top of your head, and you can request for healing from them or clarity from them on your path, that they will assist you with this, that the more that you can get out into nature and connect with Gaia, to sit upon the earth, put your bare feet upon the earth, connect with the nature people there, that they will help to calm you. They will help to bring you greater peace, to help you connect more to the peace within you. But I see that this is a great need, and I know that many of you that are in colder regions haven't had the opportunity perhaps to do this in a long time. And this is something that you all can do, that's also recommended for all of you. But the more you calm your mind and connect with the nature beings in the park, you know, if that's, or any other nature areas that you feel connected to, as perhaps if you are out and about in your daily life, if you feel called to, yes, perhaps stop at a new park or a nature preserve or anything like that, that you feel called to connect with, that you can have greater clarity of mind the more that you calm your mind in connecting with your Mother Gaia, in connecting with all of your nature brothers and sisters. For we are all one family. We are not separate. We do not wish to be separate. We want humanity to connect to the truth of who they are once more, to go within their hearts, be in their childlike joy, to expand the love and share it with all. For this is a primary purpose at this time for all of you light workers, light warriors, is to expand your light, to expand your love, to expand the healing to all that need it, and to bring that energetic balance. But first you must find that balance within yourselves, in releasing and purging any old beliefs, any old thought processes that no longer serve you, that no longer serve the raising of your vibration, your ascension. It is time to let it all go. It's time to release it. And I know this sometimes can be hard because you do not know what may unfold in the future at this time. But the more that you stay present and connect with all that is within you, and to create from the inside out, and rather than allowing the outer reality that you see that wants you to stay asleep, to stay in the lower realms, that it's about making your choice not to give in to that energy, and to be the beacon of light that you all are, to for the darkness will flee, the more that you can expand your light outwards as much as possible.
Beautiful, beautiful message. And what a great reminder too, to help to pick things up. I always carry like a little plastic CVS baggie or something so that I can grab garbage whenever I'm out walking. So I don't know, I've always done that. It's always been around me since I was a child. So I'm sure I've been working with gnomes since I was little.
It's much appreciated.
But, sorry, David, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something possibly funny.
Go ahead.
And they were talking about the message, and
We enjoy good humor.
I used to, there was a friend of mine, Sal, they mentioned that we had lives as a tree on another planet. And when you were speaking, the message is to go to the parks and touch a tree, connect with a tree, don't just leave, pick the trash and branch out and connect with other elementals and beings, and meditate and send love and send healing.
But it will also calm any fears or worries or stress that you may be experiencing. It'll help bring you into a state
into the root of the problem.
Well, it'll help anchor and balance you and center you and ground you and just give you more of a present state of consciousness that is peaceful, that is calm, that is loving, and that we can help you with this. The trees can help you with this to help you in your daily life. That this will help then the more you can clarify the mind, the more that you can follow your inner guidance on your path forward for your spiritual journey, for you can manifest and create that which you want. But first you have to be clear in your own mind what it is that you want, to create. And then the more energy, the more power you put behind that feeling of what it is that you want, the more that, and then you trust that it is coming to you, the less that you fall back on those old fearful stories in your mind that are trying to distract you. That the more you can let that go, the more that you can just connect within, connect with nature, it will bring you to your center point. It'll bring you to your connection to Mother, Father, God within you, and it will quiet your mind. It'll help you then hear that inner voice more clearly.
Beautiful. Thank you.
As you bring more peace into your thought, as you bring more positivity in your thoughts, that it may take a little work to do this, to quiet your mind with all of the so-called negative distractions around you. But the more that you realize that we live in an illusionary world, and that you can create your own reality that you perceive, that you want to live in. And the more that you connect within to that, to what it is you want to create, and to visualize that in your mind as if it already exists for you, that it already exists in some reality for you, and know that it is coming to you, the more that you can make this a daily practice, the more power you will put behind manifesting that you want for your spiritual journey, for your life.
Wonderful.
Much love and light.
Much love.
Thank you. And now I have a question in regard to minerals. So I know that you were speaking about how you're working closely with the earth minerals, but also I know that you can assist us with our own physical minerals. And I'm wondering if you could scan my body and advise me. I know that it seems like since we were talking about working with gnomes, all of a sudden I'm like purchasing different types of vitamins to put into my physical being. And so I imagine that I'm being slightly guided by the team, but I'm wondering if there is something that either I'm doing too much of or not enough of. And so looking forward to that type of guidance.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting that you could use more B vitamins, or like
B complex.
there's formulations. This one can tell you a good one of B vitamins that will assist with stress. It'll help balance out like stress hormones or cortisol or your workday stress, for
Yes.
example. I'm getting also vitamin D3, and preferably with the K2 formulation, potassium.
Potassium. Mm-hmm.
That there is formulations that have both of these.
Okay.
I'm getting those are the main ones that you could use a little bit more of.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's very interesting. Okay, so here's another fun thing. So last night well, maybe it was this morning, about 3 a.m., a few minutes before 3, I was looking out and connecting with the stars and just kind of glancing up at them. But then I noticed the honey locust tree in my backyard was glowing. And then I thought I saw like a round energy. It looked like the shape of maybe a man in the tree. And so the initial thought was tree spirit. And then I was like, oh, wait, tree elf. And so I'm wondering, because I mean, I've surely lived here for a good, maybe not 30 years, but 25 years at least. And I feel like that's the first time I really felt that connection with the tree. Although it's my favorite tree in the yard. Maybe I don't know.
Was it more of like an orb?
Like an orb, like a large orb, like, yeah, in between the branches. It was like a big, kind of a light palish blue ball of energy color.
Yeah, when you see blue or green sparkles of light, that is normally the nature people or the tree elves. Let me see, connect with who that was.
Yeah, and so this time it wasn't sparkling, although I did see, I think, a tree spirit in another tree on another day, and it was definitely sparkling. This was just like an energy, a glowing energy, and not flashing, just like glowing.
Getting that was a blue tree fairy
Oh,
named getting Serena, like Serena. Getting that she was just making her presence known to you, since she knows that you are often outside walking with your dog or in the yard. And now that you are opening your third eye more, opening your sight to be able to see their presence more easily or recognize when they wish to connect with you. And you can ask too for assistance in helping to open your sight to the nature realms, to connect with all of the different nature beings. You can set this intention and ask for assistance in opening your third eye, opening your sight to be able to see us. And it may take some practice or work to first start to see our outline, to first start to see like colored orbs is a way that we often start to present ourselves, and then hopefully work your way up to seeing more of our form. But it is something that you can achieve, and especially as the greater light is coming in to your planet from the central sun, and your vibration is continuing to raise, we will notice that some of these occurrences that once seemed difficult to impossible to many humans will start to become more and more commonplace, similar to your telepathy abilities that are starting to open up for many of you, or you're starting to notice more of these synchronistic connections where you and another are having the same thought around the same time, and you connect, and you're realizing that more of these types of experiences are happening for you and those around you, that your thoughts are connected, your energy is connected, that you affect every thought, every feeling, every action that you take has a reaction or has an effect on not only the collective consciousness, but those that are close to you, or just being aware that whatever energy mood you are in affects those around you, can affect their energy, and just being more aware of that, and having love and compassion for your brothers or sisters, that your loving compassion, your calm, positive demeanors can help by having the same effect on the people around you. So if there's family members or those you work with that are in a so-called bad mood, that you holding your energy at a certain high level will help to affect those, no matter if they're in a reactive mood, if they're feeling worried, stressed, angry, reactive, that if you can stay in control of your state of mind, in peace and harmony and unity with others, that you will shift their energy. You will calm their energy. You will bring them into more of your vibration. The more that you have a self-awareness of where your energy is at.
Beautiful message. Thank you so very much. And now David has another question.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I was thinking about, there's a place that I want to go that is like a forest, and it has vortex energy, really powerful, and trees and streams, and it's just a couple acres, but it's on a land that's next to, last time I went there, the people that bought the house that's connected to it, that's next to it, it's the land's protected, so they can't develop on it, but they train dogs to be security dogs, and I went to go walk down the trails, and the owner was yelling, "Stop!" and the dog just, German Shepherd, just kept running, and they train these dogs to be security attack dogs. So I'm wondering if there's a way to still go there, because I'm like, how is it really safe to go back? Because the dog, I was like in the middle of nowhere, just me, and this German Shepherd's running at me. He ran all the way up to me until about 6 to 12 feet away, and he just stopped, and the owner was still yelling, and he just stopped and stood and stared at me. And I was thinking that it was some of the elementals, or the Native American spirits, or whatever spirits that protect the land there, had something to do with that, possibly, or my own guardians or something, that made the dog stop, because dogs can see spirits, I've heard, or something like that. Is there a way for where I can still go there? Like, what do you suggest to be able to go there without worrying about it?
Well, do you have permission to be on that land, or
Yeah,
access?
yes, yeah, anyone can go there. That it's protected. It was set up that way to sell the house and not have that part of the land involved, so people could go and walk the trails. But last time I went there, it was just me, and so
I'm feeling that this dog had, the owner had put in like an electric fence.
Okay, that's possible. This was
Yeah, so,
was a while.
and that's why the dog suddenly stopped.
No, I don't think they have they wouldn't have an electric fence out where I was located. They wouldn't have it in that part of the wood. So
Okay.
they didn't have one at that time, I would imagine, if they have put one in now.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm picking up on. I'm kind of feeling like they have one now in that area.
Yeah, it would make sense. After experience and worrying about having their dog attack someone and having some kind of lawsuit.
Yeah. But you can also, if you were to have one of these encounters again with any, even somebody who's walking their dog or whatever, or some other encounter, that, the more that you can send love to the animal or communicate telepathically to the animal, or set your intention before you even enter the woods that you will only have loving interactions with all of the beings in the forest, including all of the animals that you may encounter. And then I am that I am, and so it is. If you set that type of intention prior to entering the forest, and you can also request that you be present in that area, or ask the nature beings or let them know that you are entering that area, and that you only wish them love and peace, and hold that peaceful, loving energy. And if, whatever encounters you have in the forest that just, yeah, hold that vibration of love and light to calm the energies of, you know, yeah, if a dog is reacting to you in that way again. But I believe if you set the intention prior to entering the area, not to have that type of interaction, or to only visualize having loving interactions with, you know, other dogs, you know, the dogs in that property, and any other dogs that you encounter, any other beings that you encounter out in nature, the more that you can hold a loving vibration and not expect like a fearful encounter. Because if you're afraid of the dog, or the dog coming after you or attacking you, if you have that story in your mind of that being a possibility for you, I mean,
Well, I did see him before I entered.
yeah, that
Clearly seeing him, I'm like, I don't know if I should do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm like, I gotta do it.
Yeah. But if you send like loving, friendly thoughts to the animal, that usually that can help calm them down. But if, yeah, even before you go there, just set the intention for that type of scenario not to happen for you. Because I am feeling that the owner has, yeah, put in some sort of barrier, like an electric fence, to, yeah, to keep his dogs from interacting.
Because there's lots of people
Yeah.
that know about this place that would want to go there just to be in the nature, and because of the energy of it, it's really high.
Yeah.
Sacredness of it, and the
Yeah.
people that live there, the Native Americans that were there in the past.
But I got the words electric fence, so I'm thinking that wouldn't occur for you again if you were to go there now.
I could go and let you know how it turns out, or I could buy some of that protective training gear that those trainers wear when the dogs attack them. One of those big things you put around your arm.
Well, yeah,
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, don't have the expectation of something bad happening to you in that area, or you can call on, yeah, the ancestral spirits, the native spirits in that area to protect you, to surround you with their protection as well, or your guides or your angels. You know, just request their assistance as well for you to only have, you know, positive encounters when you go into that area, and that no harm shall come to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much for that advice and guidance. I have one last question, and I know we're nearing the end. Kat, do you have time to come on with your question still?
Yes. Can I have some infusion with the energy of joy and communication with from Gnomes, Edward or Sarah?
Yes, yes.
And actually, along with that same thought process, I was going to actually ask, I know that you said there are other gnomes here with you. Is there an activation that you wanted to maybe give to those who watch this event now, or those who, you know, watch it and catch it at a later date, an activation that would be assisting humanity at this time?
Yes, I would love to do that for you. I will do an activation to raise the vibration of humanity, to help all of you and whoever watches this video afterwards to open up their receptivity, to open up their psychic gifts, if you will, their ability to connect with the nature realms more readily, more clearly as you move forward, to build your relationships with all of the nature people and with Gaia, and to help bring healing to your bodies, to yourselves, to your hearts, to release all that is keeping you from being in your greatest joy, your greatest happiness, your greatest gratitude and abundance and blessings that are all available to you at any time, to help increase your awareness and to also request all of the Gnome families, for all of you and for anyone who watches this later, to also help you to manifest your greatest happiness, your greatest good for your lives, and to work with you on bringing more joy into your lives, bringing more healing, more balance, more unity, with all of us working together with Gaia and being within your hearts, being within your love at all times, being present. And I will give you some light language and some song to help bring this about, to activate all of you and everyone who will receive this later. Hozia tikitia tutoe ai sikotoe tia sia toe tia I sukotoi tia. Hozia tia diuruia sia totoe ai sukotote ya sukotoi. Hozia toko dirai toi tia tia sukotoi ai. Hozia kotoi tia I sukototo tia sia toko to. Hiazia kututututu sia kietu kui uzakata yeta yeti yeti ai sukutute yeti yeto tututu yeti kiato kututu yeti hozakiato toto yesiato kutui hesiato kututu yeti yeti tutututututu hesiati ati titi yeti 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 Usikieta tutui, tietu tutui, tutututui, si tutui, usikita I tokotoya I tototoya I, ututoya I, sotui, titi, usikita tui, tia tuetia, tutututia I, tititia, usikate totototo, yesikita titi, Usiata tutui tukutia yu tututia I Hiesukututu I si tuko Hiesiakuto itikia itia I Tesekututu yo sikaya tututua Hiesiakia tititia. Blessings to all of you. Much love.
Blessings. Thank you for that very beautiful gift. That energy came in very strongly right there at the beginning and at the end. I can feel it completely in my being. And if you didn't connect, I hope you get a time later to sit in a quiet space and just really feel that energy come in, because it was just extraordinary, just beyond what any of us could have expected or asked for. So thank you so much for your heartfelt gifts and love.
Yes. Thank you for requesting my presence here. Thank you for requesting all of the gnomes that are here with me, all of the nature beings that are here with me to connect with you at this time, that we wish for you to always be happy, always be joyful, always be in love with your lives, in love with this beautiful planet we all reside on, and that we may continue to grow together in unity once more.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings. That was just beautiful.
Yes.
And
is there any other questions, or until we connect
until
again?
we meet again, I think. I don't see any other questions at this time. I was going to ask you about Andara crystals, but I figured that after that beautiful blessing, that was where we needed to stop. So we'll have that conversation another time, you and I.
Yes, yes, I'm there to communicate with you whenever you wish.
My blessings to you and my love.
Much blessings.
Welcome back. And how are you feeling?
Just very happy and relaxed. I didn't want to leave his energy because it felt so good.
Oh, I know.
I noticed I was like turned a little again, you know.
Yeah,
Somehow
actually, you were not doing too bad. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, ask the channel to move more to the right, you know. But it's funny because there was a point. So while channeling, because Toberson is an elf from my family. I don't know if I said that earlier. I think I did, but so he's like, he works with me. He's my speaker. So, but there was a point where everyone was getting messages and I was feeling so relaxed and so chill. And I thought, oh man, I hope I don't space out. Like I need to like pay attention. So I thought, oh, let me like look at something on my computer. So, you know, so if you're like watching later and my attention is like away from the camera, I was shopping for Andera Elderstones. I'm like, okay, keep my attention. This will work. But yes, thank you everybody for coming. I hope you had an opportunity to find like a connection. And if you want to talk about any experience, maybe you were sitting with your eyes closed and just feeling the energy when others were asking questions. Would love to, you know, get your feedback and any last remarks that you'd like to say as well.
And if Joan would like to share her gnome experiences. No pressure, Joan.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Yes, I have an experience with my gnomes back then in the Philippines. But this happened was like 2004. I believe, yes, it was 2004. And that time I wasn't not awake that time yet. And I don't know what they were talking, I mean, what they're saying. But I encountered with this old man. And well, I know now his name is Elias. But before, I don't know, I forgot his name. But his name is Elias. And he is talking to my brother at the house in the Philippines. And he said he wanted to do healing with my brother. And I was just curious and watching with them and him. But then, and he said, Elias said that he can, listen. He can talk to a gnome with the, he can listen to them with physical voice, so you can just talk to them like that. And so I just, okay, this is interesting. So I just want to watch what he was doing. And then he asked me, Elias asked me if I want healing. And then, okay, yes, I said, I can have a healing. So then after he healed me, and then after that, he would start seeing the gnome. And then they told them that it was my guide, and it was Charina and Patricia and Ephraim. So they after that, and he was surprised. I mean, Elias was surprised, was seeing them, and he was excited. And so he came to my house every weekend, so we can talk to them. So they tell us to offer at least the apple. So I think it was like energetic, so because they come from different dimension for they have used their energy so much to come to the 3D. And so they have this well, if it's if you wanted to, you can offer some apple for them. So we did that every weekend. We think we did that, communicating with them like at least 6 months. And they even tell me the ascension. I don't know what was they talking about before, but it was programmed in my mind after my awakening this 2020. So it was like 2004 to how many years, it was like 20 20 is my awakening, all my realization came out, and all this, they told me all the what's gonna happen in my life. And that time I was still single that time, and they said that I'm going to get married, and uh, and get married. Or I said where, and oh, I don't have a boyfriend that time yet. And then they're talking about marriage already. So okay, I have, and then they tell me I'm going to have a kids, and then I'm going to get married in a different country. Okay, this is very interesting to me. So I just, listen. So they told me that, and after happening that to my life, okay, that is, on the way, I realized that it was true. They were telling to me about what's gonna happen to me. So also they tell me I'm meeting all the soul family online, and meeting. I came recently that realized that uh, that we are going to meet the masters, and meeting, I mean, seeing them personally. That's probably why I was clearing all my aligning my chakras, uh, aligning my chakras to their vibration, just to see them. So they giving me a lot of what you call, also in my dream, they go to my dream. I go to the gnome lands. I call it gnome lands because I go to the portal because I see the little people. So it was a very, very interesting, I mean, beautiful experience with them too. And also, I feel like I'm connected, and they tell me that each human has this gnomes guides in the, if you, want to call on them. And they, like, Susan said, it's every lifetime they're with you. And also I remember they told me that we incarnated as a gnome too, so that's why we kind of have that connection with them. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that is
That's actually that's cool. And then too, the other thing that's exciting, guys, is that when she was working with her gnomes, I mean, she was like a teenager, like her early 20s. You know what I mean? Like she was young. They didn't have internet then. They didn't have, so when they're talking about, oh, you're going to connect with them online, that like it made absolutely no sense to her whatsoever, because the technology was not available yet. I mean, we were still talking on phones corded to the wall. So yeah, so I just, that's amazing.
Yeah, and that you were gonna come to America and get married and have kids, and
they tell me that,
and then it all came
also
true after the gnomes
and
told you
also
that.
this one, I just come to my realization about this, meeting the masters in Sacred Mountain. They told me that.
At
Also,
Mount Shasta,
that is
right.
I know that was Mount Shasta.
like this year,
So,
possibly.
Yeah.
When we go.
Because actually they're advising us. So we went there last year. We did our conference last year in Mount Shasta. And then after we went to New Smyrna Beach in Florida, they were just wanting us to work together more because they wanted our bond, the three of us, to work with the land, right? And so the mountain's been calling us and help, so the nature beings is, elementals, because the Mount Shasta being a sacred space, they need that snow cap on top. And so they wanted us to also work with the elements to, with the water and the snow crystals to, bring that covering on it again, that protection, and then to put a cosmic white light around the mountain to help, keep the negative energies and that away from it. And so I saw, before we went last year, a portal on the side of the mountain. I could see like a round portal, and I was like, oh, it's like, looks like a cave to me. Like there's like a spot, like there's a place where you can like walk into the mountain. And so I was like, I don't really know where that is. And then recently Joan and I were working together again, and then they started to tell us, when you go to Mount Shasta, you're all working on your energy to bring it up to a higher frequency. So Kundalini energy is what we're being told to work on right now. And that to get that alignment in order so that when we go there again in September, that we'll meet the masters in person. And now when we were there last time, one of the attendees, Arthur, he was telling us about how he was walking on the path to Pluto's cave, and then lo and behold, here's Saint Germain and Lady Portia. And he's having this conversation with them. And then he realized after speaking with them a little bit who they were. And he was like, oh, wow. And then they actually told us while we were working together that they said, yeah, you were right there at Pluto's cave. That's where you can get access. So then I was like, oh my God, like we were there. Like they had us walking around in circles, and they said we were there at the mouth of the cave, but we never really like went into the mountain to like into the crystal city, but that our opportunity is coming, like, but we have to have our alignment. So yeah.
Or access to Telos. And
yes.
Yeah, there's been other people that have had that type of experience going up on Mount Shasta and have found an opening to Telos, or had beings, from Telos appear to them to guide them into, that inner city, the city of Telos, the crystal city.
Yeah.
So,
and with the gnomes working earth magic, with us having a stronger connection with our gnomes and asking them to travel with us, I mean, it's just, I think our opportunity is going to be even more exciting and fun, and so it's the experience of it. But anyway, does anybody else have like any questions or a story that they wanted to share? I just enjoyed this so much, and I enjoyed everybody's questions so much. So I just wanted to thank you guys for participating. I know a few had to leave early, and so I do want to thank you for having joined, and anyone who watches later, I hope that you really enjoyed that activation, because there really was a lot of energy. It was beautiful. So, but anybody else have something to say or a blessing that they want to do? Joan, did you have anything else?
I was just gonna say that we can also align ourselves to the vibration with the gnomes, so we can really see them personally. So that's what they were telling me before too, that we can have your frequency and your vibration. So that's probably why the chakra system, to align with them, so you can see them and play with them. Because they were telling me before that you can see them personally with also the dragons and fairies, and they were talking about dragons and fairies, and I don't have any idea before like that before. So that is why they said it's some people have that frequency already, so that's why they can see them and talk to them. And also connecting to the soul family is increase your vibration too.
Right. And so not just like how we're doing in Zoom with Soul Family, but in person. So if you ever get an opportunity to meet with another light worker that you're really feeling like a strong connection with, make every effort that you can to get together with them in person, because there really is something unique and amazing. I mean, you just want to hug on them. You don't want to let them go. Light language. Here we go.
Okay. To connect with the gnomes, the gnomes and the fairies and the elementals, and to connect with healing. Anyone that needs healing, to receive healing from all different sources, from themselves with their intention, from Mother Earth. And I will send some healing also in this transmission. Tayaratan zuru umakiatan iator mahakia chanche maafru utor unna akikiara metiara nje ro okikiasa shun zarakata amar kuturo unyatia tia. Connect to the earth kuro unyatara ma anki walk barefoot kurasa. Shine aniatura nkikiwa. Shimana anietera uturo unyashikia. Yanjeram ma'aki turo ma'aki kiwa hatira hana atokura haniati. Call on your angels and your guides and the elementals. Kurma haniatera anyako ura anyate. They're always there for you. Upara anyashki. Saro nyo oturo unkikiwa. Tura anyata. Focus only on that which you want. Kara anyate tira kakuku, because it will expand. Ama achichi uru oku. Tirahana anyo turo unki release that which no longer serves your highest good. Atara no okro nyete tera ma akiki ba akusuru uno otia tira katunjara nyetera ama akiki wahtu. Love and light, so be it and so it is.
Beautiful. Love and light to you as well. It was beautiful energy. Nice. And, you know, if you were cold, you're not going to be cold anymore.
Yes, we're moving a lot of energy today.
Yeah. Well, and then with the gnome's blessing that they gave us, there was a lot that came through, and they said, when you're ready, right? I heard them say, when you're ready. So, so I would say, if you didn't already feel that energy and you're thinking, okay, let me be ready. Like, how much of it can I accept at this point? You know, just find a quiet time and go back and re-listen to this once we posted it. And then just, you know, connect with your heart. Just really have that intention to connect with your heart. And you're going to start to feel it right away. I promise you. So, all right. So they're giving me a little bit of light language to, you know, kind of close things out, and then we'll let Susan wrap up. And I thank you so much for your time, Susan, because, you know, I know you're doing a lot of prep work ahead of time. Your painting was amazing and beautiful. So if anybody's looking at that drawing, that's Susan's work, and she's a wonderful artist, and they're starting to have her blossom. So that I'm sure we're going to see much, much more coming from her in the days to come. So they're saying, let's get going. Yep. So here we go. Anyata kuturuye tapati yarata ira nyara teku iriti ashkiri na mahi hawira akawin iriti yara naita akawin yariti akawin yapa ayo tuko iriti akayin no ira paheta heta ayo uru tu 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 apa pa 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 pa. Gosh. It was thank you for recognizing us as your family. Thank you for taking time to make those connections. We're so pleased and helpful and joyful to begin these new aspects of our journeys together, as in this lifetime you're recognizing our connections with you, and you're going to find more magic, more joy, more fun, and these blessings are going to help you to blossom. So thank you. Blessings.
All right, thank you everyone for coming and sharing in these beautiful energies today, and the gnomes say thank you. But please join us the next time we have another session of our Elemental Realm series, and we'll have to tune in to see, you know, who would like to come and join us next from the Elemental Realm. And yeah, so we hope to see you next time, and have a great, wonderful day, and sharing the love of your gnomes, and much blessings. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and check out our Channeled Illuminations Facebook page and YouTube channel by the same name, and because we'll be posting this video and other videos that we share out there. And please subscribe and like if you enjoy these videos. So much love.
Awesome. Bye everybody.
Bye.